that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash, Combs, to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. Part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants for Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-off, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-off's multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether. Here are some of the items that we covered during the searches. As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well, we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there. Now, I want to be clear about 2 things. First, the office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City.
Sean Diddy Combs investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Petersky, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest the guy who came to New York to turn himself in. 1, 2, 3.
A day earlier, Combs seen out and about in New York with his family, seemingly in good spirits. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. At the center of the case, this 2016 video obtained by CNN that depicts Combs attacking his then-girlfriend, the singer Cassie, and then dragging her back toward a hotel room. Federal prosecutors said the video is powerful evidence of how dangerous the hip-hop mogul could be to women, part of why 2 different federal judges denied him bail.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
Combs, who lived in this $50 million Miami mansion, is now in an isolated unit of a federal jail in Brooklyn known for miserable conditions.
The special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3, staff members escorting them.
When Combs first arrived at jail, he was monitored for suicide. That's common for any high-profile inmate. But his attorney says Combs is not suicidal. Rather, guys, he's focused on defending himself. Guys?
All right, we'll see what happens going forward. Aaron, thank you.
This story is more explosive than you might think. It's not just about 2 hip-hop titans clashing. It's a saga packed with scandal, drama, and a relentless pursuit of justice. Rapper turned mogul 50 Cent is taking a bold shot at one of the biggest icons in the music industry, Sean Diddy Combs. And believe me, this time, the gloves are off.
And denied bail in connection with the sexual abuse and sex trafficking charges he faces. And as Les Trump reports, the music mogul who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here. Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, spent a harrowing year in federal custody. He says for someone used to a life of luxury like Diddy, prison life is a severe shock.
You have a desk, you have a plastic chair, you have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible place.
Diddy's lawyers were so eager to keep him out of jail, they offered his palatial $48 million home in Miami Beach and his private jets as bail. Today, they are even offering to restrict female visitors to his homes, except for his mother, daughters, and the mothers of his children if he is released. They told the judge the jail he was being sent to is dreadful, dirty, inhuman, and an ongoing tragedy.
How's your dad doing? How's your dad doing?
Family members appeared somber as they arrived at federal court in Manhattan today in another attempt to get out on bail. The judge cited Diddy's history of violent temper and potential intimidation of witnesses as reasons for keeping him behind bars. Diddy's former protege, singer Aubrey O'Day, is celebrating Diddy's downfall today. I feel validated, a win for women all over the world.
Combs has pled not guilty. Those were the only words he uttered in court yesterday.
For years, whispers have swirled about Diddy's darker side, allegations of misconduct, abuse, and manipulation that have clung to him like shadows. But now, with Diddy facing serious criminal charges and an arrest that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, the floodgates have burst open. And who better to take on the monumental task of exposing the truth than 50 Cent himself?
Did you? You and Puff cool? No, I don't. Oh, okay, damn. All right. Elon Musk running Twitter. What? What did Madonna do? You can't be like a virgin at 63, right? Do you ever see you and Ja like pictures together? Will we see an instant vid? Nah, that won't happen. Wow. What is this penis enlargement lawsuit?
My penis was enlarged since I was little.
Okay. Big Boy 30 special edition. 50 Cent. 50, he speaks his mind. So let's get into it right now, man. Big Boy 30 special episode. 50 Cent always has an opinion. Big Boy in the morning. All righty, man. It is going down. We got a friend up in here. 50 Cent.
I'm here.
Diddy, I have you in here. Phil, the first thing I said to Phil when he came in, I said, man, you back in that gym, huh?
Yeah, training, man. Try to get myself back in shape.
Yeah, man. Is music that first love? Because there's some cats be like, man, you can walk away.
I need that to feel hot.
I hear you.
Like, and I like, you can't really fake that.
No.
It got to be based on the material and you having your finger on the pulse of what's going on and being able to do it. Like the guy that goes, he's hungry, so he's writing because he's hungry because he has nothing. I remember that. I was that.
Mm-hmm.
And now why they saying he's hungry? I'm saying, so what? I'm disciplined.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and it is significance in staying in a culture that's out with the old and with the new. You know, like we watch now that the guys will happen before. It'll happen before they meet the label.
When we talk about like social media and things like that, and you being up for every fight, there's nothing not that either embarrasses you or like, okay, the penis enlargement lawsuit, I would have disappeared. Look. I don't know what this is.
You can't disappear. See, when they do.
First off, what is this penis enlargement lawsuit?
Well, somebody from a med spa that got a facial spot. I was there with the girl.
But your skin does look good. Go ahead.
I'm trying to get it. Yeah, so I'm the facial because I'm waiting on her. She doing, right? And I took a picture with her, and then she puts it up when she says something about pain. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not, bro. That's defamation.
So you just taking a picture, but you there getting a facial, but then she almost adds it to penis enlargement.
Yes.
Wow. But you didn't get your penis enlarged from her.
My penis was enlarged since I was little.
Okay. So why is it important to go back and get like a slander or defamation of character or whatever this falls under?
It sends a message to the public not to do it. It's cool. We can go do that till they really wish they didn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they mean.
So this isn't about money. It's principle too. Like you ain't gonna do that.
The money, then the lawyers. I spent millions of dollars anyway.
Hey, bro, how much have you spent on lawyers since you've been in the game?
I spent $23 million.
This isn't just about beef or rivalry. It's about pulling back the curtain on decades of secrets. 50 Cent has been working on this project for years, meticulously piecing together a documentary that promises to reveal the truth about Diddy's alleged misdeeds. And guess what Netflix is all in backing this explosive docu? This isn't just about a feud or rivalry. It's about unraveling decades of secrets. 50 Cent has been quietly working on this project for years, meticulously crafting a documentary that aims to expose the truth behind Diddy's alleged misdeeds. And here's the kicker: Netflix is fully on board, backing this explosive production. It seems like this is a transcript or text describing a high-profile case involving serious allegations against public figures. Here's a structured summary.
Hey, man, that's what somebody wished that they won in the lottery.
Yeah. And I give it to the lawyers to defend myself at points because I get the lawsuits, whether they probe me or other things I got to deal with.
Have you ever gotten something where you was like, man, this could end me?
Really, you know, still, I get into these situations, and a lot of it is, look at it like it's the cost of business because it's frivolous stuff, but you still have to pay if you want the best attorney.
Right.
Pay big money. So.
We are in a genre where we are here today, gone tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that 50 Cent is so damn relevant?
Well, big, I love
the first album, and you know what I'm saying? Or
I think, look, our culture loves things that are damaged, and at that point, I was probably the most damaged thing that they've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come through and you say you're gonna get rich or die trying, they love things that won't be able to sustain this position regardless. Like they get there and their own flaws of character will destroy them if you give them too much. You know what I mean? And that it's interesting to watch. Like it's like that you go, yo, the craziest things work. Like gold all in my grill. Like the Trinidad James thing. You look and you go, this is a real person. It looked like the character of Martin. Right?
All right, here we go. Mark that one down.
No, but it was real. Here we go. The way it looked, and we appreciate it. We liked it because it was like, yo, look at this.
Why do you think we liked you? Was it the?
Because
the shot 9 times.
And coming in with all of that baggage. But
right.
That, everybody was still on the street.
But then when we're finished, when we're done with that, why?
The guy that got shot 9 times, album says he's gonna get rich or die trying, and everybody involved is still on the street.
I hear you.
Think it's possible he died trying? That's the highest stakes you can have.
Is this so-called entertainment game? Is it did you come in thinking about like the hustle game as well, the dope game, that did like, man, this is easy for me?
You know, in the beginning, but there was always things that I couldn't understand that was happening. That was like, couldn't manage the artists. I couldn't keep all of the artists in pocket, or it'd be 5 of us here today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You talking about like G Unit, where
they're all, because like when you look at all of the groups that came, right? They all kind of, either the guy that's in there that is extremely talented pulls out to the front and he goes, I'm going solo.
Right.
Like, leaves the other guys. Like, or there's the scenarios where, because I started like that, Big. The beauty of how G-Unit worked is my solo album.
Over the months, more lawsuits followed. A former employee claimed Diddy forced him to engage with C** workers. A yacht steward accused Diddy's son of CA. Over the months, additional lawsuits emerged. A former employee alleged that Diddy forced him to engage with sex workers. A yacht steward accused Diddy's son of sexual misconduct, claiming that Diddy paid to cover it up. Additionally, a leaked video showing Diddy physically abusing Cassie sent shockwaves through the industry, amplifying the controversy surrounding him. Allegations have surfaced about misconduct involving Diddy, with claims that he allegedly paid to cover it up. Additionally, a leaked video showing Diddy reportedly physically abusing Cassie has caused a major uproar in the industry, sending shockwaves throughout.
Rapper, actor, producer, businessman, and the list goes on. 50 Cent has his hands in just about everything and showing no signs of slowing down. We sat down with a multi-hyphenate to discuss his upcoming return to the stage, his current projects, and what's coming in the future, including his docuseries about Diddy. Curtis James Jackson III, also known as 50 Cent. Thank you so much for talking with us today. So let's start with 50 Cent, because I read that the name originally was a metaphor for change,
Right.
and also from a Brooklyn bank robber in the 1980s.
Yeah, it was street guy.
Okay, and so what was that change metaphor that you were thinking about so early on?
I came with the concept of I just do things my way, and I know that the other artists that were there, there was so many talented artists a part of hip-hop culture, that I knew they could beat me at different things, but they couldn't beat me at being me.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was to let my presentation be as much like my experience as possible.
Between the music, the movies, I mean, you're the ultimate multi-hyphenate liquor, whatever you want to talk about with regard to you being a mogul and sitting really on an empire. 50 Cent, not even 50 years old yet, in a few months though.
So,
did you expect this much so soon?
well, no, I just wanted the music to be a success initially. It's always, my goals change. I think when people are ambitious, they go into an endless tunnel. And you just got to prepare to go with them on that journey if you make a connection with them. But then it's always a new goal, or always something new that pops up that it kind of consumes my interest.
The Humor and Harmony Festival is quickly approaching. G-Unit Productions just announced in Shreveport, Louisiana. Here's a guy from South Jamaica, Queens. Why do it in Shreveport?
Tax incentives.
Oh, okay. You've said that this is not just business.
Yeah.
What do you mean beyond that?
Well, for me, what's exciting it creates the legacy. You know, I mean, like, these things will be here longer than I will. You know, like, I particularly in the premium space, I like to see my people. Premium. Like, you know, so I want to create stories and tell them on the highest level.
When did you realize, you know, Power started in 2014 just as a series? Was there a moment where you thought, this is taking off, it's become an entire universe?
Season 3.
What happened in season 3?
They would accept the cast without me. Ahead of that, the major platforms that we would market and promote the show on wouldn't take the cast if I wouldn't get available to be on the show with them. So as it started, season 3, it started to feel like we were taking off because they was hot enough. They were excited enough about the cast without me. But in television, you don't need a star. Television makes stars. You need talent on television programs.
Are you going to keep expanding that series?
Yeah, well, there's a few more. The origin story will be coming shortly, and then I have so many new projects in the works. I got 41 shows across 10 different networks, so they'll be seeing me.
We're throughout the world, Diamond Center. I mean, there's so many movies, documentaries, docuseries you're working on. Den of Thieves 2 coming out January 10th. How do you decide which projects you want to work on?
Oh, just the ones that I feel like have a high probability of success. I'm just looking at it and saying, what is it?
For years, Diddy has vehemently denied all allegations, maintaining his innocence and dismissing them as attempts to tarnish his legacy. His social media outburst last December, where he emphatically declared enough is enough, was widely viewed as a desperate attempt to control the narrative. However, with lawsuits and criminal charges mounting, managing the narrative seems increasingly out of reach. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has taken a calculated approach to expose what he perceives as a facade. Known for his strategic acumen in music, business, and now film, 50 Cent's G-Unit film and television banner has consistently tackled stories others shy away from.
It excites me. Would I want to stop and watch it?
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it, that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them. And it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little odd.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He was mad quiet. Like while the public thing was going on. But it's obvious now that the thing was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally, those accusations are crazy.
Let's go back to the music. Residency in Vegas the week of New Year's. In the club, what can people expect?
Excitement for me, from my perspective, because I get a chance to do things production-wise that I wouldn't be able to do on a traditional tour. Like, I can build things that I can't tear down and build again, and tear down and build again, to make excitement in the room.
You have so many songs to choose from. How do you select which ones are going to go into the residency?
It's difficult. That part, like, I got to go through, because some things I get comfortable performing them, but people are listening to the other records because in the sequence on the album, it's not that way. And I have to adjust that myself. Like, even the new record that just came out, I want to put that into the residency.
Do you have a favorite song?
No. No. It's not fair. Sometimes the things that are oddly successful.
Your last tour that you did was called The Final Lap, but it really wasn't The Final Lap, was it?
I may do a stadium tour.
Okay. May? Is it already in the works?
Well, it's in the works. They start putting together territories that want it to come back. But I won't do the same type of arenas I did last time. If it's not the stadium, then I'll just go home.
Do you enjoy the live crowd or the music aspect of it, or do you prefer, being in the studio acting?
I really enjoyed the tour this time. This last tour was cool, and it's because I didn't have the pressure of releasing the album before it, so I wasn't doing so much new material that I had to concentrate on that while doing the show. Like, it was like, everything, all the words are ready, let's go, let me just figure out like what's physically happening during the show. So television, they said they're on strike, and I said I'm on tour.
So smart. Options. All right, 50 Cent, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Appreciate 50 Cent for that conversation. If you can't wait until a possible stadium tour, tickets are available for his Planet Hollywood residency in Las Vegas going from December 27th to the 31st, and then 2 more dates in the beginning.
The latest docuseries is no exception, diving headfirst into the controversies others would rather avoid. In a recent interview, a woman described a harrowing incident from 24 years ago, stating she fled to a gas station and called her father, who picked her up in silence without asking any questions. However, her father, in an interview with NBC News, expressed doubt, saying, "I felt like I would remember that, and I don't." Despite these discrepancies, the woman maintains her account, acknowledging past mistakes but asserting, "Honestly, what is clearest is what happened to me." Her attorney, Tony Busby, emphasized that inconsistencies in memories of
Tonight, Jay-Z fighting back against a rape accusation. His attorney filing a letter to the judge to dismiss the rape lawsuit against his client, citing an NBC News exclusive that found inconsistencies with the accuser's story.
You should always advocate for yourself.
It comes after our interview with a 38-year-old mother from Alabama who accuses Sean Diddy Combs and Sean Jay-Z Carter of raping her when she was 13 years old. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward? Because I think that I've been quiet long enough.
She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after party. She says at the party she spoke to musician Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo. It's the Last Supper.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative for the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at that time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter both raped her. She says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up.
We rode home in silence. She didn't ask me what happened.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. I feel like I would remember that, and I don't, he said. When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said, in remembering what happened 24 years ago. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said, "This incident didn't happen. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory." A representative for Combs called the suit a shameless money grab.
Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people? I'm scared of what happened, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out.
Chloe Malas, NBC News.
Such an old incident do not necessarily disprove her allegations. We have interrogated her intensely, and she has even agreed to a polygraph, he stated, adding that the process has been so distressing for her that it has caused seizures and required medical treatment. Sean Carter, in a statement to NBC News, firmly denied the incident, stating, "This didn't happen." He added, "True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory." Meanwhile, as the legal and public battles unfold, Diddy continues to deny allegations aimed at him, asserting they are attempts to damage.
The music mogul is facing 5 new civil lawsuits, including one from a woman who alleges she was raped by Combs when she was 19 years old. Combs is currently being held in a detention center in New York City on separate federal criminal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. He has pleaded not guilty.
NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas joins us now with this exclusive reporting. So, Chloe, walk us through what we should know about these new lawsuits.
Hey there, guys. These are the first civil suits being filed by Texas-based attorney Tony Busby. He held that press conference not long ago in which he said he was representing dozens of accusers and that he would be naming some high-profile individuals besides Combs. These are the first, and so there were 5 suits filed today on behalf of 4 men and 2 women, all of which are remaining anonymous out of fear, according to these suits. And these allegations, they only name Combs and his businesses and actually a hotel and a department store as defendants. They don't name any other high-profile celebrities. And these complaints span from the years of 1995 all the way up to 2021. They accuse Combs of sexual assault and rape, and we've reached out to his team for comment and have not yet heard back. But I do want you to hear a little bit from my interview that I did just a little while ago with attorney Tony Busby.
There's an overarching theme here, as you probably can see, which is basically Sean Combs feels like he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants to do it. A lot of the conduct alleged is violent, and threats were made. And I think, but for the fact that Sean Combs was arrested and bail denied, these people would not have come forward.
Busby says he's going to be filing other civil suits, and this is all coming as Combs is facing criminal trials.
His legacy. However, the increasing lawsuits and criminal charges make controlling the narrative more challenging. 50 Cent, known for his strategic prowess, has seized the opportunity with a new docuseries under his G-Unit film and television banner, boldly exploring controversies that others hesitate to address. The stakes are sky high as Netflix, renowned for its hard-hitting documentaries, describes this project as a complex narrative spanning decades.
Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested by federal agents at a hotel here in New York City. Combs had been living there for several weeks. A person with knowledge of the investigation told NBC News the arrest was based on a sealed indictment brought by the Southern District of New York. The contents of the indictment won't be known until later today, but Combs is facing a wave of lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault and misconduct. In March, federal investigators searched his homes in Miami and Los Angeles. Combs' attorney expressed disappointment with the arrest, saying his client had been cooperating with the investigation, adding, "He is an imperfect person. He is not a criminal."
According to 50 Cent, this isn't about sensational headlines or viral moments. It's about presenting the full picture. He aims to give a voice to the voiceless and ensure that victim stories are heard loud and clear. Meanwhile, Jay-Z is fighting back against a rape accusation, with his attorney filing a letter to the judge seeking to dismiss the lawsuit. The letter cites an NBC News exclusive that uncovered inconsistencies in the accuser's story, strengthening Jay-Z's legal position as the case continues to unfold. But here's the twist. This documentary isn't just about Diddy. While the allegations against him serve as the centerpiece,
empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, coercion caused victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-off, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel. The victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
The project also seeks to explore the broader culture of abuse and exploitation within the music industry. It's a system that has allowed powerful figures to operate unchecked for far too long. If anyone can expose this dark side of the industry, it's 50 Cent. known for his bold approach in tackling difficult and controversial subjects. The project is already causing ripples. Diddy's name is being erased from songs, endorsements are disappearing, and public sentiment is shifting. Even celebrities who once stood by him are beginning to distance themselves. However, not everyone is turning their back on him. Some, like Ty Dalston, have come forward to defend Diddy, calling him a dog and warning others not to speak ill of him. It's a divisive moment, one that's forcing the industry to confront uncomfortable truths and reckon with its darker realities. So, what can we expect from this documentary? Raw, unfiltered stories that expose the underbelly of fame and power. 50 Cent has promised authenticity, and with a director like Alexandria Stapleton at the helm, the project is in capable hands. The involvement of Texas Crew Productions, known for their compelling documentaries, adds another layer of credibility. But here's the thing, 50 Cent isn't just a storyteller here, he's an advocate. By directing the proceeds to support abuse survivors, he's making a powerful statement. This isn't about taking down Diddy for personal gain. It's about justice and change, shedding light on a system that has long operated in the shadows. So buckle up, because when this documentary hits Netflix, it's going to be more than just a must-watch. It's going to be a game changer.